So in this lesson, we are going to be talking about the importance of self-talk, how your inner dialogue really will influence not only your behavior, but your perception of the world, which also influences how you treat other people and mostly how you treat yourself. So let's go over why self-talk is so vitally important. And there's a lot of different ways that you can have self-talk. A lot of people use affirmations, such as just positive things that they say over and over, such as, I am amazing, I am confident. Maybe before doing a test or something important, you might say to yourself, I am confident, I've got this, I got this, right? These are all positive affirmations. When you repeat a positive phrase over and over, that helps you to make it more of a habit. And when you have these positive habits, it'll help you to get more desired results. But just saying it is not enough. You actually truly have to believe in these results. You have to believe that you are confident and you are worthy and you are capable. You have to actually believe what you are saying. And sometimes if you have a block, like something, that little voice in the back of your head that's telling you, I'm not sure if I really believe this, this can become a problem because now you have two conflicting ideas. I'm confident, I'm not confident, right? I'm secure, I'm feeling insecure. These are two conflicting different ideas. So what I think is really important is to start your morning give yourself 3 to 10 minutes. It doesn't have to be a very long time. This is something you can do while you're in the shower. You can get up in the morning if you have a few minutes to yourself, enjoy a cup of coffee, and say this over and over, or just the first few minutes when you're waking up and you're laying in bed. Just say to yourself something that you believe you can achieve. Set your intention for the day. Say, I am confident, I am energetic, I am important, I am valuable. Just say these a few times, for the first few minutes of your day. And there's a saying, which is perception is projection. And I think that's a really powerful saying because this refers to your perception of yourself. Perception of self is how you're going to project things out into the world. This is how you're going to project your ideas, yourself, your attitude, your behavior. All this is going to be projected to the world based off your own perception of self. And this is where self-talk really comes into play. Because your thoughts, your emotions, and your behavior will follow the thoughts and the internal dialogue that you have. So as you receive external information from the world, the brain will filter most of it out. It deletes it, it distorts it, it organizes it, it generalizes it, just so you can make sense of it more easily. And how it does that is based off past experiences, your values that you've determined for yourself, and your belief system. Basically how you perceive the world. And this whole process is just known as the internal representation system. And you will react or respond based on the state of mind and physiology of the information that you are receiving. For example, you're enjoying a really nice walk in the park. You're walking around, you're just enjoying your day, and you trip over a rock, right? Now you have a choice. You could get angry. You could be feeling like the rock attacked you, the world's attacking you. You could think, oh my God, I'm so clumsy. That was so embarrassing. I'm so stupid. Have you ever said things like that to yourself? This is self-talk. This is how you're speaking to yourself. This is what you're telling yourself you want out of your life, that this is how you want to be. So you have to really catch yourself when you start saying something like that, when you start saying something negative. You could get upset in that scenario that you weren't paying attention. Or Or you could trip over the rock and just chuckle and laugh about it and be like, oh, that was funny. That was silly. Change the wording. Change how you talk to yourself. Instead of saying, oh my God, that was so stupid, just laugh. Because when you decide to get angry or frustrated, your body reacts accordingly. It'll tense up, the blood pressure goes up, and you're going to continue to think unpleasant thoughts. You're going to start a thought pattern of all these negative thoughts, and your mind's going to look for ways to support it. So if you're saying, oh my God, I'm so dumb, I'm so clumsy, you'll probably trip again because your mind's looking for ways to support that. Where in contrast, if you just laugh at the silliness of the situation, your body will relax. You start producing happy hormones such as endorphins. Those chemicals will rise. And instead of focusing on what's negative, you'll start focusing on more positive energy, more positive things. You know, if you can laugh at yourself, that really says a lot because it means you're not concerned. You're not putting meaning into something that's meaningless. You know, instead of walking through the park and focusing on a rock you tripped over, you can go back to focusing on what a beautiful day it was, how much you were enjoying that walk, right? So when you seek something negative, you're going to continue to seek something negative. When you change your focus to something positive, you're going to continue to seek more positive things. So, and this is all done on an unconscious level. Unconsciously, you might say something negative to yourself. The trick is you have to catch it. So really pay attention to your thoughts and what you say to yourself. So you trip over a rock and you say something negative like, oh, I'm so clumsy. Change that thought right then and there and be like, but that's okay. That's okay. That's all you have to do is just change that negative thought and be like, that was funny. That was funny. Just change the thought. Because when you change the thought, it literally changes your perception. And you have to think, how are you going to treat another person if you're in a negative state of mind? You're walking through the park with all these negative thoughts. Somebody jogs by you and says hi, and you'll be all grumpy. Whereas if you're thinking positive things and you're enjoying the day and you're paying attention to how the nice sun feels on you and the warmth and maybe the flowers, someone comes by, you'll be like, hi. It'll make you feel better, and that projects to other people, and you might make somebody else feel better. Maybe they were having a bad day. So instead of insulting your capabilities, you want to perk yourself up. And most people, when they say something negative to themselves, they do it innocently enough. It's not like they're meaning to cut themselves down. It's just somewhere in your life, you accepted that suggestion. You accepted I'm clumsy, I'm stupid, right? So you just have to notice that, and that's how you change it. When you notice you say something negative to yourself, follow it up by saying something positive. I'm clumsy. Oh, that was funny. I really enjoy walking in the park. Right? Or you could just change it altogether and say, I walk with grace. I walk with grace. That was funny. I walk with grace. Well, that was unfortunate. I usually walk with grace. Now, you're not just changing the negative feeling to something positive. You're changing your mind to help you walk with grace, to help you notice graceful things, to help you move your body in a more graceful way. So you really have to tell yourself what you want, right? So when you tell yourself what you want, your mind is automatically trying to do that, to accomplish that goal for you. So this is really, really great news. You can change any unwanted suggestion by allowing yourself to believe the new suggestion, by allowing yourself to believe you are worthy of this change. And this will really be a great first step to relieving a lot of stress in your life. Because when you change how you talk to yourself, it changes your physiology, and it'll actually change how you treat yourself and others around you. Try it. Say something negative to yourself and see how that feels. And then say something really good to yourself. Say, I'm confident. You know, when you say that, you kind of want to perk your shoulders back, be like, yeah, I feel confident. Your body wants to react to what you are saying. So say loving, kind things to yourself because you deserve it and you're worthy of it. So practice that. Start with 1 hour, just for 1 hour. Think of, really pay attention to what you're saying to yourself. And when you notice something negative, change it. Start with 1 hour. And when you master that, move it up to 1.5 hours, 2 hours. Start paying attention throughout your day. Do it all day long. And I guarantee you pretty soon, you will only start saying positive things to yourself. And it'll feel really awkward. You'll notice when you say something negative because it won't feel right. That will be the thought pattern that's out of place. And you'll want to change that very quickly. So just practice saying good things to yourself. Notice when you say something negative and change that. And that is the very first step to really, really changing how you perceive yourself. And that will change how you perceive the rest of the world and how you project yourself to the rest of the world. Because it all starts with you. So love yourself and know you are absolutely 100% worthy. I hope you enjoyed this chapter, and let's move on.